Story and commentary for the movie Don't Tell a Soul. The story opens with the introduction of Joey and Matt, the two brothers who are the main characters. They are desperate for money to take care of their sick mother, so they set out on a perilous mission. Their relationship exemplifies the traditional dynamic between younger and older siblings, a complex mix of love and rivalry that occasionally explodes into open conflict. The brothers target a residential house that is being fumigated. Joey is briefed by Matt, the mastermind behind this heist, about their plan to break in and steal money. Matt insists that Joey enter the house, justifying his request by claiming that he planned the scheme and even reluctantly but diligently bought the mask they would need for the task. Joey executes the plan flawlessly by according to Matt's thorough directions on where to find the money within the house. Joey makes it out of the house with the cash in hand without any problems. Letting out a sigh of comfort, the brothers set off on their trek home, but their comfort is short-lived because as they get to the road, they run with Dave, a security guard, who recognizes danger immediately. After a thrilling series of events, Dave begins to pursue them. Suddenly, they find themselves in the middle of a neighboring forest, where Dave loses his footing and falls into an abandoned well that is concealed by the surrounding greenery. During supper, the camera reveals the cause for the brothers' desperation. Carol, their mother, is clearly unwell and laying in bed as her sons respond to her needs. Matt, who is committed to not compromising their purpose, tells Joey to leave the event behind them as they make their way home. As night sets, Matt stays silent about the day's heist and Chase won't talk about the immoral route they've just taken. While Matt is in his room calculating the money they have stolen, Joey enters and is obviously disturbed about what happened to the man who had fallen down the well. Matt, however, quickly brushes his brother's worries aside because he is preoccupied with his newfound wealth and can't seem to get rid of his nagging conscience. The following morning, Joey makes the decision to take action. He gets on his bike and carefully rides back to the woodland where the well is located. He shouts out to see if someone is down there and hears a voice. Replying in kind, it's Dave, the security guard. He calls out to Joey and begs for assistance. Joey quickly returns home to tell Matt about this after giving Dave his word that he will bring assistance. Joey confronts his elder brother and begs him to assist in saving Dave, explaining the serious situation. But when Joey keeps pushing, the tension builds until Matt punches her in the face. Matt doesn't want anything to do with it. Matt admonishes him to wake up to the seriousness of their actions. They have committed a crime and cannot afford to risk being discovered right away. He is clearly frustrated. Unwavering when Matt refuses to help Dave, Joey reverts to an ultimatum, threatening to reveal their criminal act to their sick mother. This seems to have an effect on Matt, and the two brothers return to the forest and the well. Dave recognizes them despite their dire circumstances and promises to keep their secret if they help him out. Despite this offer, Matt is skeptical and becomes more hostile toward Dave, even as Joey tries to intervene and temper his brother's actions. Ultimately, the brothers leave Dave in the well and return home, their actions becoming more and more dubious in the eyes of the law. Later in the story, Joey returns to the well, this time bringing food for Dave. He apologizes for their previous actions, and is convinced by Dave's plea to take responsibility and stand up to his own brother for the sake of Joey is still conflicted and hesitant, so he tells Dave he'll return later with dinner and rushes home. True to his word, Joey returns with food and blankets to keep Dave warm so they can stay in touch. Dave suggests that Joey bring a rope or get an adult involved to pull him out of the well. After giving Dave a walkie-talkie, Joey and Dave have a passionate talk, but it ends quickly when Joey runs home and finds Matt waiting for him. Matt angrily declares himself the man of the home and accuses Joey of going back to aid Dave, which is even more annoying. Joey returned to the security of his room. Joey picks up the walkie-talkie and talks to Dave again. He starts talking about his father, but he had to end the discussion when he hears his mother approaching his room. Another twist is revealed the next day. Matt leads Joey back to the house they had looted before, and this time, Joey expresses his severe disdain as Matt enters. Matt reappears with a pesticide canister in hand and charges into the jungle, obviously wanting to hurt Dave. When they get to the well, Joey realizes the terrible repercussions and pursues his brother, who is calling Dave's name to warn him. A violent struggle breaks out between the two brothers. Joey tries her hardest to stop Matt from tossing the canister into the well out of concern that the turmoil could kill Dave. While Joey desperately shouts out for Dave, Matt releases the canister nonetheless, flooding the well's air with exceedingly dangerous toxins. Then Matt issues a terrifying warning. Joey threatens to use the pesticide on Dave again if he tries to assist him, therefore taking his life. This makes Dave's family members very worried. Joey uses the walkie-talkie to try to contact Dave, but he doesn't get a response, which makes him feel even more anxious. The next morning, the two brothers' tension is evident. When their mother notices that something is strange, she asks the brothers about it. The brothers, in an attempt to allay her worries, assure her that everything between them is okay. At first, Matt is hesitant to ask Joey to a party. Eventually, Joey consents to go, possibly thinking of it as a chance for the two to patch up their tense relationship. But the celebration takes a sinister turn. Joey feels deceived and furious when she learns that Matt is spending the pilfered money on pointless parties rather than allocating it to their mother's escalating medical expenses, as he had promised. In a humiliating reply, Joey confronts Matt and charges him of being a liar and deeply self-centered. Joey is publicly humiliated by Matt, who informs the guests that Joey is a burglar who preys on vacant, vulnerable houses. Then, feeling cornered and desperate, Matt announces that nobody likes thieves and insists that Joey leave the party. Joey reveals without warning that Matt used poison gas to kill a man named Dave. The charge is dismissed out of hand. No one at the party buys into him, but it makes Matt incredibly angry. The two brothers then take their fight outside to the parking lot. Enraged, Matt uses a plastic bag to suffocate Joey for a little while before releasing him. When Joey threatens to reveal their sinister secret to their mother, Matt overwhelms her in a furious altercation that ensues. Matt responds, arguing that given their mother's bad health and emotional breakdown, the revelation might be too much for their already ill and frail mother to take. After the tragic events of the night, Joey breaks down in tears and flees, leaving his brother behind in the parking lot. When he gets home, Joey sits down next to his mother on the couch, his heart heavy with secrets he can't bring himself to share. Just then, his mother tells him that a murderer is on the loose. To his surprise, the man on the TV screen is Dave, whose real name is Randy. The report claims that he is wanted for the murders of his own wife and children. Joey retreats to his room after being obviously shocked by this revelation. There, he discovers that Randy is attempting to contact him via walkie-talkie. Despite the fact that Joey ought to exercise greater caution, he can't help but blurt out that he now understands Randy's troubled past. When day arrives, Joey returns to the well and stands over it, asking Randy how he survived the poisonous gas. Randy invites Joey to visit him the following morning. Randy says that in order to shield himself from the poison that Matt had discharged into the well, he used the mask Joey had discarded during their first meeting. Randy says that his curiosity got the better of him. Joey keeps talking to Randy and getting more information about his background and goals. Then Randy asks Joey to bring a rope so he may help himself. Turn the tables, and now it's Joey dictating terms, striking a deal that could bring retribution or even more danger into their already complicated lives, hurrying back home to fetch the rope for Randy. Joey agrees to help Randy, but only if Randy promises to serve some sort of justice by punishing Matt for all he's done. When Joey arrives, the situation is tense. Their brother Matt is screaming at their mother and hurling objects, and she is cowering in a corner, obviously afraid. Matt's rage originates from the suspicion that his mother believes he stole her painkillers. Matt becomes enraged when Joey acknowledges that he took the medication, not Matt. After his mother is so terrified that Matt storms out of the house, Joey becomes even more desperate to help Randy escape so he can help him punish. After calming her down, Matt returns to the well with an even greater sense of resolve. When Matt arrives at the location, he ties the rope to a sturdy tree and lowers it into the well, allowing Randy to climb out. Once on solid ground, Randy asks Joey to locate a branch for him to use as a makeshift walking stick. However, as soon as Randy stands up straight, he draws a gun and points it at Joey. A tense moment ensues before, unanticipatedly, Randy hands the gun to Joey, who takes it reluctantly at first. The next step in their intricate dance is Randy requesting Joey to drive him back to his house. He needs a car and money in order to punish Matt in accordance with their prior arrangement. When Joey gets to the house, her mother is naturally afraid about Randy, but Joey swiftly reassures her that Randy is not going to hurt them. Joey sets a condition, claiming that Randy merely scares him and won't physically harm him. In a similar move, their alliance now extends to their house, heightening the stress and apprehension about what may happen next. Matt found the cops at the residence they had earlier broken into with the intention of, with confidence in his ability to manipulate, he shifts the responsibility, telling the police that his brother Joey broke in and took the money. Matt leads the police to their house while Joey, back at the house, shows Randy his dad's old automobile. Taking advantage of the situation, he issues an ultimatum, saying that if Randy doesn't agree to go with him, he will report everything to the police. When they get closer to their house, Randy agrees and says they'll pick up Matt on the way. Before anyone can figure out why, Matt stops the police in their tracks after spotting his father's truck outside and soon recognizes something is wrong. In a bold move, Randy exits the truck, grabs a gun, and opens fire on the officers. When Joey and Randy take over the car with Matt inside, they take him to the same well where Randy was stuck. Once there, Randy gives Joey instructions to take the rope out of the hole and then forces Matt to jump in, letting out a cry of pain and rage. Matt yells at Joey, expressing his hate for him as he feels in control now. Joey points a gun at Matt in jest, expressing his newly discovered sense of control. A surge of confidence, Joey turns to face Randy, returns the gun, and acknowledges that he's having fun with his newfound authority. The audience is left to wonder about the twisted fates of these deeply flawed characters as Randy makes his way through the forest, ready to disappear once and for all. Carol, the boy's mother, intercepts him, armed with a rifle, and sternly orders him to drop his guns. Randy nods, saying he thought Joey would like the feeling, but adds that there's only one place left for Joey to go down into the well with his brother. Before Matt can fully process the situation, Randy throws him into the well. Laughing, screams erupt from Matt as he takes advantage of the circumstance to beat Joey into unconsciousness. When Randy inquires about how she located him, Carol exposes the GPS-equipped walkie-talkie she has been using to follow him. As Carol wants to know where her sons are, tension rises in the room. Randy advises her to pay close attention, and sure enough, Matt's weak but frantic shouts can be heard telling his unconscious brother to get up and confront the issue as it worsens. Carol approaches Randy and informs him that she witnessed him shooting the police officers and that she is aware that he killed his own family. She cynically says, "I know men like him," using her own late husband as an example of a man who lived to seize the present. Randy questions her. "Did someone shoot her husband?" After announcing with pride that she hasn't been there for her children as she should have, Carol implies that she killed him. She was tired of his abusive behavior and his refusal to stop smoking around her, even after she was diagnosed with lung cancer. Carol then shoots the bewildered Randy twice, sending him to the ground and eliminating Randy from the scene. While Matt is desperately attempting to wake up his brother, who is lying motionless in the ditch and wailing and screaming, Carol's attention shifts back to finding her sons. Eventually, a cough breaks the stillness, and Joey wakes up feeling both relieved and guilty. Matt gives his brother a hug and beseeches him to forgive him for all the emotional pain he has caused. The sound of their mother's voice calling out to them breaks the moment of brotherhood. Matt yells back, directing her to where they are. Don't Tell a Soul, 2020, a dark comedy with claustrophobic thrills. The breakdown. Don't Tell a Soul, 2020, is a dark comedic thriller that throws two desperate brothers and a troubled security guard into a tense situation. Matt and Joey, teenagers stealing money to help their sick mother, accidentally trap the guard, Dave, down a well. A twisted game of cat and mouse ensues, with dark humor sprinkled throughout. Critical take. Confined chaos. The movie cleverly uses the well as a single location, creating claustrophobic tension and a sense of desperation. Performances shine. Rainn Wilson delivers a standout performance as the trapped security guard, Dave. The dynamic between the brothers is believable and adds complexity to the story. Balancing act. While the dark humor can be effective, it doesn't always land. The film struggles to fully commit to either full-on dark comedy or straight-up thriller, leaving some viewers wanting more of one or the other. The moral of the story. Don't Tell a Soul explores the lengths people might go to in desperate situations. It questions the bonds of brotherhood and highlights the consequences of bad choices. Ultimately, it serves as a reminder of the importance of honesty and communication. Recommendation. Don't Tell a Soul is a good choice for those who enjoy dark comedies with a thriller twist. If you appreciate strong performances and a unique setting, but don't mind a film that doesn't fully lean into one genre, this movie might be worth checking out.